This is Irontrader. It is Tuesday morning after a long weekend. It's time to go to work. So as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. Now remember, the API report will not be available today at 4:30, but it'll be Wednesday at 4:30, and then the EIA report will be on Thursday at 11 for crude oil and 10:30 for natural gas, and then the rig count is on Friday at 1 p.m. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, about ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, let's just see what we got going on here. Now, look at it nice. Okay, now this was last Friday here. We had that bottoming tail. Okay, very, very nice, just like we had here. This was a double bottom situation, but you notice when it ran up, it just ran right up into that 200-day, and then she stopped. That 200-day is always extremely strong resistance, just like the 50-day and the 21-day and the 8-day. But the 200-day is especially very, very strong. Now, what we had here on Friday, we put in a lower low here. However, you can see where it finished up really nice and green and higher than the previous day's close. That's always very, very bullish. Now, today what we do is we're above this 8 SMA, very, very good. But now where do we go? Right into your 78.95, right into your 78.97. That is your 100-day and your 21-day simple moving average, and boom. That's where we stop. This is why you want to trade the charts, because now you know exactly where she's going to be going. Okay, now we have to get above all that before we can go higher. But there's also resistance here. Okay, so you have 79.11, which is just right above that. And then we have this 50 SMA here sitting at 79.39. And then right above that, then you have your 200-day at 79.96 here. So you have a lot of resistance going on here. Now, again, what we have here is we also have this 100-day sitting at 80.30, and we have this 8 SMA here sitting at 80.46. So that would be just above this 200-day, and then right above your big target is going to be 81.71. However, you got to get through all of this here before you can even think about that. But I always like showing you where it could possibly go. Now, your trading range here, we had this between this 100-day and that 200-day, okay, very, very nicely. But if you watch the bottom of that candle, okay, on a closing basis, this was holding up very, very nice. And then we had that lower low, and then a really lower low, and then another lower low. However, with that green candle, that kind of negated some of that series of, higher, lower high, lower low kind of a situation here. So what we need to do today, this is what we're going to focus on, is getting above this 78.95. If you can, then here we got to get above that 79.10. Then we have this 50 SMA here at that 79.30, and then your big target up here is going to be that 79.96. Now you can see here how strong that 200-day is. Look at that right there. See right there, and then right there. Okay, all the way in here. Now, your 8-day is starting to flatten out here a little bit. It's not just rolling up and falling off a cliff. So this is going to be very, very key support. So this is what you want to watch for your support level right there. That's 78.41. Now, if that's lost, what we'll do is we'll come over here to the top of last week's candle. You're looking at 78.05. Then we'll look here at today's low here. You're looking at 77.69. Okay. Then what we can do is right here is very, very key. This is 77.55. And then we'll come right over to the bottom here. You're looking at 77.25, 643, and then your big retest down here is 76.15 here. But right now, this is very, very nice. You got a bottoming tail, and you got a higher high, but you're right plunk in that resistance. Now, we have a really nice, good divergence. If you look here at the bottom of this candle, you put in that low. Then we put in a lower low, and we put in a higher low. See this positive divergence? Always watch that RSI. Get as much information you can out of any kind of a indicator that you have, and this works always very, very good. It's not just measuring the relative strength. It also can give you that, say, wow, look at here. I got a positive divergence. This is going to go higher kind of a situation. Now, your green here is just a little bit over your red here, but you're hanging onto that bottom. If you can bust up and get this green going here, then we'll have it just like when we have a snarrow there, and we can rally right up very, very nicely. When that green goes below, that's a sell signal, and that tells you got to get sell your position or go shorty like I do. Okay, so here on the weekly for the week, this is what you really want to get above for the week, and this will be Friday. So you got a few more days here left. You want to get above this 8 SMA or 21 SMA here and that 50-day. And then we have that big cluster right here of that 100-day and that 8 SMA. If you can pop above that, then you got a good shot at retesting all of this here right back on up here again. But again, it's going to be very challenging because you have all this resistance here before we can actually do something here, okay? But what I do like about this is the 21-day came down and it looked like it was falling right off. And now she's rallying up here. If we get it above the 50-day, that's always very a good bullish sign. So we got to see how that's all going to shake out. The 8-day is rolled over, but that doesn't mean it can't just flip here and then roll it back up again. We got to see how this all shakes out if the price can get back above here. So for today, here's what you need to watch. Very simply, watch this right there. 79, 78.95, right there, 78.96. This is the key level. Just call it 79. If you can get above that 79 level, then you got a good shot at the 200. Downside, 8 SMA. Extremely important. You need to close above. If you can close above, okay, then we can go higher. If you can't, then you just look to the top of this candle, that 78, what do we got here? 78.05. And then we look here at the bottom here at 77.69. And then look over here to the bottom of this candle, that's 77.55. That's going to be your key support level. If that's all lost, then we have that 76.15. Okay, let's take a look and see what's going on with natural gas. Okay, natural gas. I have no position in natural gas. I'm flat. I am long oil, crude oil, with the UCO. I have been long since last week since we put that bottoming tail in. But natural gas is not really something I like to take overnight because you just never know. Now, that all being said here, I'll be looking for trades though, because I trade this every day, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 times. Who knows? You know, it all depends on what kind of action that we have here. So here what we had is we had this topping tail, okay, and that was here last week, and then she just fell right off. Once you put in, you couldn't even make half the candle. Okay, then you put in that lower portion of the candle, and once you lost that 8 SMA, that was a really good short all the way on down. Okay, so now what we're doing is this is what we're watching on the downside. Look at that first. Okay, so this is what it needs to hold is at 2.496. Very, very key. And then we have this right here. You have basically 2.456. That is very, very critical on a closing basis today. If that's lost, then we can go to the top of this candle. You're looking at 2.42. We look at the bottom of this candle. Okay, you're looking at 2.39. And then what you're looking right here is you're looking at this 2.35. That would be your target if that 50-day, that 200-day are lost. Boom, right there. Now, RSI here is trying to flatten out. I don't like this at all. See that if that green closes or goes below that red, that's a sell signal. That's what you want to do is you either get out or you go short or whatever you have to do. But realistically, watch that 50-day, watch that 200-day. Very, very key. If that's lost, boom, there you go. Your 21-day, that is going to be your target. Now, upside. Say this thing can rally up. Well, then what we do is we look at the high, 2.58. But realistically, this is what you're looking at is that 8 simple moving average at 2.62. If you can get above that, then we look to the top of this candle, 2.70. And what do you have there? 2.75. You have 2.79, 2.85. Your big retest up there is 2.92. You break out above that, you go right to the top of this candle, take that price channel right across, and you have 2.96. That's your target. Okay? Very, very easily. Okay? So key is got to hold this 50-day, got to hold that 200-day. If that's lost, you're going to come right on down. If watch this MACD, that green starts going below that red, boom, she's going to come way, way lower. That's your sell signal. Now, you had a really, really good parabolic move here, okay, which natural gas is really nothing uncommon. But you can see how nicely it held that 8-day. Once you lose that 8-day, this is what happens, okay? Once you get above the 8-day, this is what happens, okay? Below the 8-day, that's what happens. Above the 8-day, see how that L is? This is very, very key here. But now, looks like we have a topping pattern here. You went right into this resistant level, and now she's coming right on down. So today, watch that 50-day, watch that 200-day. If it's lost, boom, there's your target. Upside, right there, 2.62. If you can get above that, then we just follow the candles until you work yourself all the way up to 2.92. Okay, that's what I got for you. A little crude natural gas. I'll be here for midday training. We're going to go a little bit more in depth on natty gas and on crude. We'll see what's going on with that. And then we always throw something in the old mix. Okay, thanks for watching.